non-loving feelings and then overcame it. And then for the next 42 years, he doubled his lifespan after that. So basically what happened was he made it to 84. He died in 1994. And what he actually was able to do is never see a doctor ever again, and he never had a problem. And I can contest when I met him when he was about in his 70s, my brother and I, and we'll talk about other stories about Lester. We were walking through Sedona, Arizona, one of the most beautiful places on this planet, I believe. We just had a retreat there a couple of months ago. And we were 15, he was 75, and he supposedly had this heart condition. And my brother and I, same age, 15, I have a fraternal twin brother, and couldn't keep up with him. He was walking through all the mountains, walking through all over the property. We couldn't keep up with him. And he's like, guys, do you want to sit down and rest? This is a 75-year-old man. And he did that all the time, playing tennis with my father, Larry Crane. He would just kill everyone in the game. And he was in his 70s, and he just never was huffing and puffing. So that's what he did. He went and released around the clock. And we're going to talk about how he did that in this, and we'll give some samples later today.
Yeah.
And how he did that. So, and I've used it in my life too, in a lot of aspects of some health issues in finance and relationships and all those things. So we'll talk about that today and get into helping everyone on the call. That's what we're doing here today.
Yeah, that is amazing. We're going to show you exactly some of the techniques as to how this works. And you have to remember, like you said, Lance, in the 50s, they didn't have treatment for, heart failure. So they were just like, hey, Lester, go home and die and make yourself comfortable. And then, that's all we can do. And he started going through and kind of releasing and forgiving. Now, he did all of that. And as he released and let go, his health got better. He started seeing changes. But then what's really interesting, and this is what I want to ask you about,
Sure.
he, at some point, I think, there was a thing in his mind where he said, you know what? It's not going to do me any good to have all these good feelings if I'm not abundant and I need to borrow money from people or ask people for money. If this really works, then I should be able to be self-sufficient. Take us back to what you know about that story, because I want to get the truth today on this call, because it's been lingering in my mind for the last 10 years at least.
Okay. Yeah. So Lester, once he overcame his health problems, and like I said, he never saw a doctor for the next 42 years of his life, which is absolutely amazing. He used during that lifetime, he said, well, if I could use it on my health, why can't I use it on being abundant? And what he was able to do is accumulate a number of buildings in New York. He had cars. He proved them to himself one time. He said, I'm going to prove that anything could materialize. And what he did was he traveled around the country without any money. He went to the airport. He landed in New York. Someone said, hey, or he landed in LA, the story was. And then he said, he's just looking around. Someone came up to him and said, hey, Lester, I haven't seen you in years. Hey, I'm leaving town now. You need an apartment to stay at? And he goes, yeah, sure. He stayed there. So everything just happened like that. Everything fell into his lap. He accumulated also property in Sedona, Arizona, over 160 acres of property. He just had one thing after another. And he got to a point where actually, when he accumulated all these buildings in New York, when he was leaving New York, he was going back to Phoenix and Arizona. And what he did was he gave the properties to the tenants. And he said, you have it, you'll take care of it, and so on. As he knew, if he knew that he can actually accumulate and manifest anything, why does he need to keep the property? So he did that in Arizona. He accumulated more properties in Arizona and more acres. And he became a multimillionaire by doing all that, just manifesting things. So, and I never believed the story. And we talked about that before that. Wow, he really gave those properties, those millions of dollars of properties. And he did, because I was on one of the calls back in the 90s in the office then, that they had an office in Phoenix. And I got a call from a guy calling, and he said, okay, is this Lester Levenson's office? I go, yeah. He goes, the guy that lived in New York? I go, yes, yeah, he grew up in New York. That was one of his tenants that wanted a call to say thank you for giving the property away to him. And he just was so appreciative. So that's kind of what the man was, that if he knew that he can accumulate anything and manifest anything, and the next day accumulate more. That's what he did,
Well, what Larry told me was that people would just give him buildings. Like they were giving him titles to buildings, that he had reached such a state of love and non-attachment, that People would just give him things because when you don't want something, when you're not clutching to money, when you're not clutching to this scarcity mindset, you open up all possibilities. And one of those possibilities, believe it or not, was people were just giving him the title to buildings. And that's what I want to know was some of that stuff, did he just get from people because of his state of consciousness?
When I was around him in the 80s,
Yeah.
when he started building the properties out there, when I was a teenager, uh, I did see, people giving and donating to him and donating properties because he wanted that retreat center. The retreat center still exists. It's a Mago Retreat Center now. Another company had bought it out about 25 years ago. And
Mhm.
we were just there. They did a beautiful job in improving and all the things that Lester wanted to do. The property, they added a lake. They did it was beautiful. And so I did watch people give stuff to him to accumulate that and had well over 160 acres in Sedona when he had nothing. He just landed there and he worked it out. He always had something. He had bulldozers he got from the U.S. government surplus. I mean, he had all these hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment to build out the property. He just would get it, and he just was so resourceful, and things would just materialize for him. It was truly amazing.
Yeah.
He had everything, and he was
Miracles.
happy all the time. That was the most important thing. I would talk to people that knew him from the 1950s, and they said that Lester was just always happy all the time,
Yeah.
smiling all the time. He just was. That's where it all came from. Is that he was such a loving man, and you could see it in his eyes. If you see any of his photos, you could see. And someone had mentioned that yesterday to me. That she pulled it up, didn't know who Lester Levenson was, and she said, "Oh, he has such loving eyes," and that's who he was. He was just loving and very giving. That's
And
really what he
what's
was.
what's amazing about this is that this technique, people are applying it and they're having the same type of amazing results. So what are some of the things you've seen? Because, a lot of people say, well, that's great for Lester. Wow, he had an amazing life. But Lance, I am right here right now and I'm struggling. What could this do for me now? Tell me about this technique and kind of what you've seen.
I've seen it used in every aspect of life, and I could talk a little about some of the things I've used it for and some of the people that are graduates who used it for. I'll start with some of the graduates. We had one person on the call about a year ago, and he was had a property in a very rural area, I believe in India, somewhere around there, and it was tied up, and it was inherited to him. He was out of money. And basically, they had a course. During the course, he had not been able to sell the property for 10 years. And during the course, which was a goals course that we had, it was a marathon goals course that we had. And during that course, the second day, he said, I got an offer for the property for the first time in 10 years, sold the property, and it closed escrow before the course was done. And he couldn't do that for 10 years. So there's an example of money that was tied up. He was broke. He wanted to sell it. He couldn't sell it for 10 years. So that's an amazing story that occurred. We've had a lot of people that were in financial debt or had problems with the IRS that they released and sent love to the IRS and they were forgiven. I've seen that happen many times, and there's many testimonials of people saying that. I've seen people use it on amazing health gains that I've used it for. I used it for from a financial perspective. I was in corporate America. I worked for the big telco companies, AT&T and Verizon. And when I worked for those companies, I was in sales in my 20s and 30s. And I always hit my numbers way, way in advance. And I used the technique. I remember several times, several years, they would max out the comp plan. They couldn't pay me any more money. So I took the rest of the year off and I would be there from up until March. And then I take the rest of the year off. I go, can you fire me and then rehire me so I could start again? But I made it to 600% of quota. They doubled my quota. The next year, still made 600% of quota. And the director's like, Lance, what are you doing? How did you get to this? Why did you do this? And I told them about the release technique. They're like, yeah, yeah, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. It's great. Okay. And I did that all the time in my sales. It was always a top performer. So I used that for all that stuff, for financial stability. And I was always a top salesperson when I did that. And you can use it in every aspect of your life, from relationship. And we could get into a little about health because I know we're going to, on the last call we had, we talked a little about people having backaches and issues like that,
Yeah.
and anxiety it could be used on. We just had a call over the weekend about a lot of people have anxiety right now, so that's a big thing
Yep.
that it could be used on. Relationship, I've used it for relationship. I just recently had an issue with one of my best friends for 25 years, and we got into an argument, and he was
Mm.
going to pick up. He's a guitar player. I'm a drummer, so we were working as a band, and he got mad, and basically things went crazy. He was picking up all his stuff. He was about to leave. I knew if he left, we'd never talk again. And I released, and I just said, "Well, what do we want to accomplish here?" Now everything went back to normal that day, and he stopped. And now he was here yesterday, and the relationship was improved. But that, in most situations, I knew that if I let him take his stuff and leave, we wouldn't talk for the next probably 20 years,
Yeah.
rest of our life possibly.
Yeah.
So it can be used in a lot of avenues, and I've used it in just about every avenue of my life. Even
Now.
people who,
Mhm.
no one should have an enemy. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't feel I have any enemies in the world at this point in my life. And I use a release technique to do that. So there's a lot of avenues that you can use the technique on. And I've proven to use it. And you could listen to what we have to say, but you have to prove it to yourself, and that's the nice thing about the technique, that we have people prove it to themselves. So
I,
we're going to
I
talk
want
about that.
I want to get to what are the obstacles that hold people back, but you yourself had a health issue from a pretty severe car accident where doctors said, you're going to have to get surgery on your spine. And you said, you know what? This is a thing that I know how to handle. I'm going to use this technique and see what comes in. So tell us about that.
Yeah, yeah. In about 2016, I was on a head-on collision here in
Oh,
Los Angeles. The woman got mixed up with the brake and the pedal, and hit the gas, and
lovely.
and just took it right in and took the whole car out, totaled the car out. And
Mm,
so I suffered major spine issues with a 6 millimeter bulge disc in my neck and a 14
yikes.
bulge disc in my back, and that is huge numbers. That requires surgery, and so I dealt with that and went to see specialists and so on. Doctor said you need surgery. One guy said in the neck, you'll take out two of your discs out of your neck. You'll have a little scar here, Lance. It's not FDA approved, but you'll be fine. Uh, I don't
Wait
suggest
a minute. Take
anyone.
out two discs. That's going to
Yeah.
probably what leave you about with an inch shorter neck or two. I mean,
No, they would
that's
replace it with plastic discs.
oh
So
no.
that would replace it. But
Yikes.
I don't suggest anyone to get back surgery ever. I never hear good things about it,
I don't either.
unless it's completely necessary where you cannot move at all. But so what I did was my father said I got all the MRIs. I saw all these specialists, all these doctors. Multiple people said you need surgery. And my father said, Lance, you ever heard of a thing called releasing? And I said, yeah, I do. He goes, release on it, Lance. I'll work with you. Okay. And we don't have to do it. So to this day, for almost 10 years now, my back has been absolutely perfect. And I haven't had any issues ever since. And doctors can't explain it. We had one of our graduates who was a spine specialist. I told him the story, and he worked on spine surgery for many, many years. And he goes, it just, those things happen, Lance. Releasing works. So that is an amazing thing that you could use it on health. So I've used it and proven it to myself to use it in every aspect of my life. I really have. And it really is an amazing course. And not only me, but our teachers use it on a daily basis, and all of our graduates use it on a daily basis. People who have taken the course 10, 15 years ago, they still release today. They still use it. It's not a course that you put on your shelf, you buy it, and then it works for you. Or look at it once and then forget about it. They use it constantly. I've called customers that have been, or graduates we call them, that have been around for a while. They say, Lance, I love releasing. I use it today. I woke up this morning and released. So it's something you use every day in your life and every aspect of your life to improve it. So it really, really does work.
What I'd ask everyone to do is make note of maybe a discomfort, maybe an aggravation, or something that you feel like is kind of holding you back or lingering that you want to let go of, and just kind of make note of that mentally because we're gonna want to visit that in a moment. I want to get to some of the common obstacles that keep people stuck. sometimes even their whole life long. You know this, Lance. Like people can live to be 99 years old, but they don't actually live 99 different years. They live the same year 99 times. And I want to share one quick story from someone who attended your retreat. They said, I was totally broke. I had difficulty making a living. I kept using the release technique, and now I am making $75,000. Not $75,000 a year, $75,000 a month, and it keeps going up. So I'm sure y'all are curious as I am. What's the mechanism that makes all of these things begin to come together? But to get there, what are the obstacles, Lance, that you find really hold people in sickness, financial stuckness, and maybe even just misery their whole life long?
Yeah, I think for most people, if they have a problem in their pocketbook, they usually have a problem with their health, and it's all tied in together. And people have like what I call a barometer, okay, of how much they make. And if someone says, okay, I can only make $50,000 a year, or I can only make $100,000 a year. For years, that's what they stay in that range or even lower. And we actually help people get out of that belief system and reprogram to actually be able to attain much higher values in terms of their abundance. And that's one thing. I think the obstacle is, which I mentioned to Lester Levenson, was
Hmm.
letting go of all the wants that you have, because want equals lack. If you want something, you're not going to get it. You have to know that that you're going to get it, and you can get it. And that is what we talk about, the law of attraction from The Secret. And that's something that's very important. And that's what we learn, is how to get rid of all those viruses that people have, and all those programs that they have about money. There are some people, when we do work with people over the years, which is funny, and it's come up a couple of times, where people actually worked in a program and they said, well, I don't want to make money because people then are going to ask me for the money, or the IRS is going to come after me for money. I don't want to make the money. That's their program. It's a funny program, but that held them back from making money. So there's a lot of things that just happen all of a sudden, unexpected money that just pops in, and we've had that happen all the time for many years. Have happened. I see it happen all the time. At least once, twice, three times a month, we get gains. We call them gains testimonials, where people sit in and say, hey, I found this and I got $75,000. I got this, I got 50,000, or millions of dollars. We have people that became millionaires. So it does work. It's just a matter of getting rid of all of those that mucked up programs that are in people's minds about money, and programs about health. That's the other thing, is getting that out too.
Okay.
The mind
I
is
want to
crazy.
I want to get to some practical application and maybe the first step people can use, but you brought something up that I think is pretty key, and maybe we can unpack this just for a moment or two.
Sure.
The idea of wanting versus having. You said you've got to get rid of the wanting. Now, to a lot of people here, let me know if this feels kind of like contrary to what you probably heard. You're saying, or you just said, got to let go of the wanting and instead get into the space of having. Can you explain that a little bit more, Lance?
Yeah, people get to a point where they want something so much, and if you're holding on to that want, you're not going to get it. You have to get to the point where you're okay either way. That's the most important part. And you get to a point where nothing or no one bothers you, which is what enlightenment, I believe, is. That's my definition of it, and that's what Lester was nothing and no one bothers you. Everything just drops into your lap with ease. The law of attraction. Positive attracts positive, negative attracts negative. That's really what it has to do. Letting go of the want allows you to have. And that's really what it comes down to.
Because if you're, I mean, in a way, it's like, and this is one aspect of it, but if you're telling the universe, I want, I want, I want, then you're telling it, okay, I want to
You're
mirror
pushing it
this
away. Yeah.
constant feeling of wanting, but never the feeling of actually having. Because the
Yeah.
feeling of having is very different than wanting. I want to get into some of the application of this. We got a great question from Holly who said, Lance, do you need to know what the root of an issue is to release it? Uh, She's just wondering, do you need to know the root of it? Do you need to know that it came from mom, that it came from dad, that it came from this life in the medieval times? Or do you just start releasing it?
Yeah, I guess the best way to describe it, everyone has a program, they have feelings, and it's like peeling an onion, okay? And there's layers of an onion. And that's what we do, is you get to the core by peeling those levels. And a lot of people, when they start releasing and they go through the process, they discover it might be something that was a program that was brought up from a teacher, a past teacher, a
Mhm.
sibling, a loved one, or a relative. I mean, people get to the point where they start seeing all those things. And once you peel all those levels to what caused that program and get to the core and let that go, then things happen with ease. And that program is completely dissipated.
Wow. Okay. What is the first step for someone who's maybe never heard of releasing before? How can people start applying this today? What's the first step?
Well, we could, I don't know at this point if we want to take some callers, but we can do some examples and give you a little demonstration. Everyone has their innate ability to release. We just forgot how to do that. And really,
Okay.
at the age of 5, we believe at the age of 5, people basically, if like I was talking about recently about my friend, we got into an argument, we maybe would never talk again. You know, if you see, Laura would use the example, Jack and Jill are up playing, and then Jill gets falls down, and then Jack gets mad, and they both get mad. They might not talk to each other for the next 20 years, the rest of their lifetime. But as kids, you see they fall, they get into a fight, or they hit each other or something, and then they're back together and playing again, like it never
Hmm.
happened. As adults, we don't have that ability. We lose that ability somehow, and that's something that we teach is letting go and getting back to that innate ability to let go and release those feelings. It's just feelings. There's nothing there. It's just feelings. And if you can let those feelings go, it just improves every aspect of your life, from relationship, health, and your pocketbook.
What are some of the feelings that you find people are holding on to or emotions that are the most damaging?
I think the most important thing that people feel is that if people find out something's wrong with them, or someone else feels that someone out there that they're going to do something, that someone's going to find out about you and then kill you, that's kind of a master program of release technique that we find. And that really comes down to getting to the core master program. Okay. If they
Oh.
find out, blah, 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 they'll kill me. And that's the master program of all programs. When we do our retreats and our life courses, that was what always comes down to, the master program.
And so Lester like released all master programs, and then anything he wanted was just like there. He just had to feel the feeling of having it, and then it would materialize. I mean, this is kind of, when you go back to the ancient text and how Christ did the healings. Like Christ never actually wanted the healing. Christ actually experienced the healing as if it already happened, like tapped into that divine matrix as if it was already done, and it was done, and physical reality shifted. So, a lot of these methods are pretty profound because they're getting to change the fabric of reality as people are experiencing it. And it's almost like the source code itself. So we got to understand that. So let's maybe get to some callers and we can play with a little bit. I've been asking folks, think about something that's holding you back, a discomfort, something you want to let go of, and then go to React, raise your hand, and then we're going to grab some callers and have some fun and be ready to give us like a number, right, Lance? Why do we want a number, and what are the mechanics of this?
Yeah, we go by number because basically want to know. I can't really see you physically in front of me, so I can't see your body language. Some of the callers are not on video, but I think if we go from 1 from the least and 10 to the worst, that then it gives me a gauge to where you are in that feeling. And I think that's why we use it, is just to see it. Sometimes you're in front of people, you can gauge it based on their body language or how they are. It's
Yeah.
just because we want to get people, if someone said a 10, we want to get them to a 1. We want to know and go through that process. So
All
it
right.
just gives us an elevation of where we are.
All right, great. And so, yeah, and if y'all want to turn on your camera, we'd love to see you as well. That's always kind of fun. So I'm going to go to Maggie. I got a good feeling about Maggie. I think she's going to help. She's already unmuted. So Maggie, if you want to turn on your camera, oh, wow, she's just a
Hi.
rock star. Maggie is. Let me pin you so everybody can see you off in U-Wealth Revolution land. So Maggie, awesome. You're here with
Oh,
Lance, the
thank
best. We're
you.
going to have some
Sounds
fun.
exciting. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. My issue is I get into debt and then I get mostly out of it and then I go back into it. And it's
Okay.
become like a struggle. Same with a little 5 pounds of weight. It's not major debt, but it's just enough to make me get crazy and worry about it. Okay. And it's
Okay.
only come up really recently. And then I was listening to everybody, and I'm really good at getting into things and working through it. But it's like it's become a struggle. Then I think, well, it's not going to happen. And then I'll be fine again for a while, and then I go back into it. So I don't know what's going on. Help, please.
Okay, let's do it. So let's do it simple. The technique is very simple, but we're going to go give you a different sample that you never tried before. So you willing to try something completely different?
Yes.
Okay. So like Darius had said, we would like to see a scale from 1 to 10, one being the worst at least, and then 10 being the worst. So where would you think of something that we'll just do something on worry, okay? Because
Okay.
that's what you mentioned. So think of something, you don't have to go through the details because you meant a couple of different ones. Just think of one thing that you worry about that we'll work on. And where would you say on the scale of 1 to 10, where would you be on that scale of that worry for that one thing?
Right now, probably about an 8 or a
Okay, great.
9. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do is get in touch with that feeling of that worry. Okay.
Yep.
And you can close your eyes. We do that too. And get in touch with that feeling. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to say yes to that feeling, to that worry. I want you to accept it and say yes to it. So can
Yep.
you say yes to that frustration or that worry?
Yes.
And can you say yes even some more?
Yes.
And can you say yes even more?
Yes.
There's no reason to hold on to the worry. No one on this call is worried for you. No one knows about your worry, only you. So there's no reason to hold on to it. So can you let go of that worry and say yes to it even more
Yes.
and let it
Hmm.
completely dissolve even more and say yes to it
Yes.
and even some more
Yes.
and even some more.
Yes.
Okay. So where are you now on the scale 1 to 10? You were at you were on an 8, you said?
Yeah. Um,
You look a lot lighter. You could see it in your body, your tone.
yeah, it's like 3, 4. It's like, why am I worried?
Exactly. No one's ever, has anyone worried themselves out of worry?
Worried themselves out of
No
no,
one, no one,
probably
no.
getting deeper.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, worry doesn't help. Okay.
No.
Worry doesn't help. Okay. Um, Worry just builds up more stress. There's nothing that is good. You're sitting on your couch in your lovely home, wherever you are, you don't have a worry to bother about right now. Everything is fine. So
Right.
let's knock out that you're at a 3 now. So let's work at the extra and try. I'm going to try to get you down to a 0. Last year we got someone down to a -1, which was the first time ever. So we'll get you down to a 0. Okay. So let's try that exercise again. So get in touch with that feeling, that worry again. Okay. And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And let it completely dissolve even more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
The worry doesn't help you or doesn't help anyone on this call. There's no need to have the worry. So can you say yes to it even more?
Yes.
And let it completely go and totally dissolve even more. And say yes to it.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
Okay. So where are you now on the scale?
Definitely 0. I would almost say almost minus. Also. No,
See,
because
Darius, we're starting a trend now. We
wait,
have people on your calls are -1s now. So
no,
we're
and
going to
I
have to
only
call.
say that is because when you said about got someplace about letting it go, I literally had a visceral reaction to where I felt something go like that. And then
Right.
when we got very close to 1 or 2, I actually felt it again, but not as strongly as I did the first time.
It's
Okay.
like
Great.
Roger Barrister's sub 4 minute mile. Once you crack it, now everybody's going to be -1. I was saying if
No,
you get to -1, you're going to start levitating, Maggie.
good. I'm all for it. I'd love to.
People are just going to start bringing you things at your door. You're going to have to turn them away. You're going to be
When
just
I
like,
said, yeah, when I said -1, it just stopped, just wasn't there. That's
oh,
what I meant
Yeah.
by that.
wow. So do you
Yeah.
think that the things you want to see happen are going to be more likely to come forward now that you're not in the worry state?
Yes. No, I'm usually very positive and
Yeah.
upbeat, but it's
All
like
right.
then something comes in and then, we get crazed.
Well, you're done. So what I want to do, I want to go to another caller, and thank you, Maggie. I
Thank
appreciate you.
you.
All right, so we're gonna keep this
Yes. Thank
going.
you, Maggie. Appreciate it. Thanks for
Um,
trying something different.
yeah, and I want to unpack more about what happened to Maggie, but I also want to get to more people, or they're gonna have my hide. So let me remove the pin on Maggie, and we're gonna go to another caller here. And we got a bunch of people who want the same experience. So, everyone, if you have something really good that you've been trying to let go of or that you feel is really bogging you down, health, finances, relationships, just go ahead and raise your hand. I'm going to go to Evie, Evie. And Evie, if you want to turn on your camera, you certainly can, or we're just going to unmute you real quick. So, Evie, let's get you unmuted. What's going on with
Yes.
you, Evie?
Yeah. Okay. So I believe that the same situation keeps going on and on and on. Like well, having funds on hold and then not being released and just that is causing worry, or stuff being taken away and that's causing worry. So just I don't know what it is, but it is what it is.
Okay. Okay. So let's try a very similar exercise that we did with Maggie. So think of something that's worrying you, which is that maybe the situation that you're talking about. You don't have to share it. You could just hold on to it.
Yes.
Okay. And so, like we mentioned, from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least and 10 being the worst, where are you on that scale with that worry?
10 plus.
Okay, 10 plus. Okay. So that means we have to get you to a -2 then. I'm kidding. So let's get in touch with that feeling. Okay. And I like to do the same exercise similar to saying yes to that frustration. Are you willing to try something completely different that you've never tried before?
Yes.
Okay, great, great. So I'm going to close my eyes and we can go through the exercise. So get in touch with that feeling, that worry,
Okay.
and say yes to that worry,
Yes.
and say yes even more,
Yes.
and let that worry completely dissolve even more. Say yes to it.
Yes.
Allow everything be the way it is, and let it happen with ease. So let go of that worry even more, and say yes to it,
Yes.
and yes even more.
Yes.
And no one on this call cares about the worry on this call. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help anyone on this call. It's only a feeling. So let's totally dissolve that worry. Doesn't help anyone.
Okay.
And say yes to even more,
Yes.
and even some more,
Yes.
and say yes even more.
Yes.
Okay. So where are you now on the scale? I've heard a couple of laughs, so I know those laughter is a form of releasing. So I heard you laugh twice, so that you're getting lighter. So where are you on the scale from a 10 plus? Where are you now?
About a 4.
Okay, okay. So let's work once more and see if we get you down to a 0 like we did for Maggie, or a negative. We're going to go for a -2.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first time ever since you were at a plus. So let's get in touch with that feeling once more. Okay. And can you say yes to that worry even more,
Yes.
and let it completely dissolve even more, that worry?
Okay. Yeah.
Worry's never helped you get out of the worry.
True.
Worrying has never helped you get out of a problem ever that I know of. So let that totally dissolve and let that worry go even more. Say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And yes, even more.
Yes.
And even more.
Okay. Yes.
Say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
Let things happen with ease. Allow them to happen with no effort. So let go of the worry even more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
And even more.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So where are you now on the scale?
I'm going down to a 1 from 4 to 1.
Okay. Let's just try one more, Darius, to get it. I want to prove it because my record is a -1, and most of the people I got down to a 0. So let's see if we can get her down to a 0. Is that okay? Okay.
Okay.
So let's work through it one more time. So no one's worried themselves out of a problem, like we said, we agreed. So let's get in touch with the feeling of that worry once more. Okay.
Okay.
And say yes to it, to that feeling, to that worry.
Yes.
All feelings want to leave. So let go of the worry and let it completely dissolve even more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
And let it completely dissolve even more.
Yes.
The worry doesn't help you or help anyone on this call. So let it completely dissolve even more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Okay. Yes.
So where are you now?
-2.
Oh, there you go. We got
Oh
a
my God,
minus.
it's a record.
It's a record. It's a record.
This is a
In the
record.
history of 28 years doing this course, -2. There you go. Amazing. Well,
Do you know
thank
what
you
I
for,
said? Go
I'm
ahead. I'm
sorry.
sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
what'd you say?
Do you know what I said?
No, what'd you
I
say?
said, let God worry about that worry.
There you go. Perfect.
My goodness.
Because
My
that
goodness.
worry builds up so much stress. And that's why so many people are stressed out now and they have health issues. It all rolls into all that worry, rolls into health issues, money issues, everything across the board. Let things happen with ease. Larry always used to say, worry never got you out of a job. I mean, never got you out of a problem, worrying. So, and he's right. It really has not. So worrying is just a feeling. We all want feelings to leave. And that's what the release technique is about, is letting go of all those feelings and that negativity on the spot.
I want to get to some. Thank you. This
Oh
is
my
all.
goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lance. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Darius. Okay.
Thank,
Yeah.
thank you. Oh my gosh, I want to keep going with everybody, but I got to tell you, we're getting some interesting things happening. Anna, if you guys have been watching the chat line, it's crazy what's happening. Actually, quite predictable though. Anna says my back pain is gone just from listening. Thank you. And I'm really careful on the word. We'll use discomfort, but when tension leaves, we know the body feels better. And Anna, if I can unmute you, I'd love to hear what's going on with you. Let me see if I can. We got two Annas, so I'm going to see if Anna can kind of tell us what's happening. Anna, are you able to unmute? I'm going to see if I can get her unmuted. Want to hear from her, but we're also getting some other folks writing in. Lisa said, I was a 9 on worry, and now it's at 0. My whole chest is warm. We got someone with some challenge in a hip joint, Lisa Telford. So, Lisa, if you want to unmute, we'd love to work with you. I'd like to work with someone who's dealing with physical discomfort because we had a question on that, Lance. If with physical discomfort you've seen releasing help, and what's your answer on that?
It definitely does. Like I've used it in my situation. I've used it in so many different areas of my life, in physical pain. I mean, do you want to? Is she going to unmute then, or we could
I'm
listen to what she
waiting. I
has to
want
say?
somebody
Oh,
with. I'm
I am
laying down.
unmuted.
All right,
okay.
who do we have? Who do we have?
This is Anna.
Anna. Okay, so you're the one that was dealing with some discomfort in your back, or not?
Yes,
That
that's me.
shifted already. Okay. So
Yes,
tell
and
us what's going
I
on.
was
Yeah.
just connecting to the back pain. I was working on the computer. I'm still at work, and I was just closing my eyes, looking, listening to it, and just saying yes. And it's a chronic pain. It's gets better, gets worse. It's gets worse when I'm sitting, and I'm sitting all day. So, and
Yes.
it's practically, I don't feel it anymore, which is
Oh,
good.
while you were doing work, so you're multitasking, releasing multitasking, and it still worked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine if you concentrated on it. So, Lance, what is the story on discomfort and maybe what Anna experienced? How do you see that from the standpoint of this discovery of the releasing?
Um, I think, the mind is very creative. And I'm going to give you an example that recently happened. And it's an amazing story that happened a few weeks ago about back pain. We had a guy from Canada. I've talked to him. He started taking all our courses. about 6 months ago. And he said, and he's not a very, he's a pretty young guy. He's probably in his late 30s. And he said, I want to go to Sedona. I want to go to this retreat. This is my goal and my dream. And I can't get on a plane. I can't do that because of my back. I have severe back pains.
Mm,
And I worked with him. He called me many times, and I said, "Go to Sedona. You will not regret it." And he
mm,
ended up getting on a plane. His plane was actually, they wouldn't let him get on the plane. He was from Canada. They detained him, so he couldn't go. He had to go the next day. So his plane ride actually was, I think, 24 hours. Okay, this is a guy that said, "I can't sit in a chair for more than 10 minutes." He got on the plane, used it, released the whole time, called me. I just got into Sedona, into Phoenix Airport. I'm heading out there. I'm going to get there. I'm determined to get there. He got there. He did not complain about, I never heard him complain when I was there about his back pain the whole time. And he went through the whole retreat sitting for 7 days on a chair. And it was amazing. And he said the back pain was really detained to that he didn't want to leave his house, and he didn't want to do anything. And that was an excuse for him not to be able to
yeah.
do anything. And now he's one of our top graduates, and he takes every course, and he just releases every day on that, and he overcame that. And there's many ones over the last 28 years. This is the most recent one about back pain that it changed his life. Now his life is drastically improved. And I told him, I said, it doesn't sound like you're an old guy. Doesn't sound like you're in the 80s or 90s. He goes, no. I have people come out to the retreats that are in the 90s. I had one guy at that retreat was 80 years old. I go, you're in your 30s. Let's come out, release, and we did it. So
Wow.
anything's possible in regards to back pain or any pain. It's just using that technique and getting out and getting to the core of that reason. His core was because he wanted an excuse not to leave his house. So there you go.
Wow. Anna, what do you think?
That's very impressive. And yeah, my back pain, I had 2 back surgeries. That was more than 10 years ago.
Okay.
It did help because, yes, I had difficulty walking, and I'm walking since, but I'm in pain quite often. So it's comes and goes. Now I know what to do. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you for sharing.
and we're gonna do a group-led process here in a moment. So thank you, Anna. God bless you. And I gotta say, there's some amazing things happening. Thank you, Anna. It's so wonderful, such a wonderful lady. As everyone here, y'all are just amazing. Oh my gosh, this Martine wrote in and said the technique does work. I didn't even need to do the second exercise. Worry is gone. Poof. So it sounds like she was dealing with worry. I want to do this, Lance. We've got a group release we're going to be doing, and I know a lot of folks have their hands raised. We got dozens and dozens, but this is where everyone's going to get to have their own experience with Lance at the helm. There's a lot more that we can unpack with this technique. I mean, it gets into advanced things that will blow you away. But Lance, what can we do now for the group, and kind of guide us through that? And we're gonna unpack it here today, and then once you get started, just let me know, like right before, because I'm gonna cut the live stream for the YouTube folks. We're gonna make this only available on our page, but just as an introduction, what are you gonna be doing in the group here?
We're going to be talking about frustration and any health issues that have to do with their well-being. We're going to talk about abundance. We're going to really get people in tune and really understand what the core goals are and how to get to them, and really transform people's lives. That's what we do. Like we've mentioned, we don't talk at you, we show you every step of the way. And we have 5 teachers. There'll be a couple of teachers on that call that we'll have, and we'll be able to work with everyone one-on-one to get to those goals, and anything that has to do with relationship, health, worry, frustration, anything, financial abundance, we're going to work with you on that. So that's what we're dedicated to do.
Okay, very cool. Are we going to do a group process, or are we just taking callers? I forget. Are we doing a group like experience, or do we just keep taking callers? Because I got about 10 minutes.
We could take some callers. Yeah. Well, why don't we take some more callers?
Okay, we'll do that, and then we are going to talk about a very special thing that Lance is doing. So sometimes we do a group thing, but I love taking the callers because it sounds like what's really cool is the group is actually feeling it as we take the callers. So our group process is the caller. So I'm going to grab another lucky person. I really want someone with some physical discomfort, but nobody is really, with their hand raised, has told me, yeah, wait, I got Holly right here. Boy, God just shined a light. Holly said, my hand is raised, and I do have physical discomfort. So, Holly, let me unmute you. The answer to my prayers. Let's see, Holly, if you could do that. Also, if you want to turn on your camera, that'd be great, and then we can get started. There you go. I hear you. Holly, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, what's going
Do
on?
you hear me?
A little scratchy, but I think we can make do. What's going on?
Okay, great. I have quite a number of things. That's why it's hard when I asked before about, do you have to know the root of the issue? Because I was in a bad work accident years ago, so I have problems with my spine and down my leg. I have problems with my back. I've lost sight in one eye. You know what I mean? That I have a number of
All right, I think I want to get to her, but it's going to be hard to hear her. So what I'm going to do, Holly, if you could follow along, I'm going to go to another caller just for the sake of people being able to follow along. I know that was kind of tough. Let me go to Yvonne, and Holly, just follow along as we kind of work through Yvonne here. Yvonne, can you unmute yourself? I'm going to send you an unmute request. Let's see what we got here. And if not, we'll go to another caller. We just keep rolling through them here. Okay, if not, Yvonne. Yvonne, are you unmuted? We're jumping around today. All right, so let's see what we got. And if not, we'll go to Odile. Odile. I know, Odile, you've been sharing. Hey, Odile. You had a
Right.
shift actually where this started moving already. What was going on?
Following the first exercises, I had a lot of yawns. I yawned a lot. Can you hear me?
I sure can. So you release. So is there something else you want to release or bring that level lower?
No, I would like to work on cellulite.
Cellulite?
Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know if we work on cellulite, Lance. Do we? Emotions.
Anything's possible. And I've seen it work on anything. Anything's possible. So, if you want to if you want to talk about and release on cellulite as far as a frustration that maybe you have about it, that you don't like it, I mean, people have released on varicose veins, I mean, similar things, so anything's possible. So let's work on that. Okay. Maybe it's something that you're embarrassed about. Maybe it's something that you don't like to see. You have feelings. We do in our exercises and our courses, we have to do the mirror exercise. And we go through the process of releasing and letting go anything in the mirror that you see, and that you don't like about your physical appearance or a freckle here or this. Cellulite could be that thing, and releasing and letting go and sending the love to it. It's possible anything could happen. So let's work on that. So from a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say your frustration is on the cellulite, as far as 1 being the least and 10 being the worst on your frustration with having cellulite?
That would be a 9.
Okay. So let's work on the feeling, get rid of the feeling first, okay? That frustration, looking at it in the mirror and saying, oh, I can't be in a bathing suit, I'm embarrassed, the embarrassment. Let's work on that. So that you said you're at about a 9. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to do something completely different that we haven't done before. So are you willing to try something different?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. So I'm going to close my eyes. You could do the same. So get in touch with that frustration, that maybe embarrassment that you have about the cellulite. Can you say yes to it and accept it
Yes.
and say yes to it even more
Yes.
and say yes to it even more
Yes.
and let it completely dissolve even more and say yes to it even more.
Yes.
It might be something that people don't even notice. You just notice it. Maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe it's in your mind. So can you let go and say, accept it and say yes to it?
Yes.
And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And let's send it love. Say, I love you. You can say, I love you to the cellulite. I love you, and I want it to go. You could say that out loud. I love you, and I want that cellulite to go.
I love you and I want that cellulite to go.
Okay. And so can you accept it and let it go even more? Like I mentioned, it might be something in your mind that you see, no one else notices. Maybe it's just in the figure of imagination that's there. People don't ever say it or see it. So send it love and accept it and say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
Okay. So where are you on that frustration of the cellulite? It's a feeling and you don't like it. I understand people don't like it, but like I said, you might be in a bathing suit. No one might even not even notice it. It might be just a figure of imagination from your angle. You see it. No one else sees it. Is that possible? So where are you on the scale of 1 to 10 now? You were at a 9. Where are you now on that feeling?
At a 4 right now.
Okay, let's slowly knock it out. Accept it. Because if people let it go and they don't have any feelings about it, sometimes it just disappears. Doesn't worry about it anymore. And people never mention it. People don't every day say, "Oh, you have cellulite," or "Hey, I don't think they do." It just might be something in your mind. So let's knock it all out down to a 0. So let's get it down to a 0. So you willing to try that to get it to a 0?
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's get in touch with that feeling once more. That frustration and embarrassment. So can you accept it and say yes to it even more?
Yes.
And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And yes to it even more.
Yes.
And yes even more.
Yes.
And yes to it even more.
Yes.
And send it love. Say, I love you and I want it to go away.
I love you and I want it to go away.
And accept it 100%. To say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
Okay. So where are you now on a scale? I believe you were at a 4, right?
Yeah.
Where are you now?
0.
0. Okay. Okay. So it's a feeling. Send it love. That's what the whole key is. If something you don't like on your body, send it love. It will go away. And a lot of people think, like I've mentioned several times when we're releasing, it might be something that bothers you, but no one even sees it. I've done that too. I have a scar on my nose. No one. I was worried about it when I was a kid. It happened, and no one even notices. No one. I even mention it. People go, "Oh, I don't even see it now. You mentioned it." So it's only a feeling. We've had people who've become teachers in the past that had major skin disorders that were incurable. They released, and then they wanted to work with us because it said he dealt with this for many, many years. He couldn't get rid of it through any medical advice or medications, and he released it away. So
Yeah.
cellulite is possible for it to go away too.
I,
Anything's
I
possible.
Yeah, Odile, that's amazing. And I gotta say, I do think that in many respects, we hold things in place in the physical through constant holding on to a hot potato and it keeps burning us. We hold the frequency of that thing in place instead of releasing it. And how do miraculous transformations happen? You start to live in the space of the thing that you want actually occurring, the outcome, and then all physical reality shifts. So, I mean, there's some things we've already broken ground today, going to a -2. So, who knows what can happen? So, Odile, maybe at some point, look in the mirror, let us know. Maybe if things change or shift, we want to know. And I've got Lisa here. I sent Lisa a message. I wanted to work on her because she was already feeling a shift, and she's one of our fun folks. She really loves your work, Lance. So, Lisa, are you there? Can we hear you?
I am here. And I I'm telling you, I forgot how powerful this works on me.
I
Thank
know
you
you
for
did.
reminding me.
We
And
remember you
I
from the last
just,
call, right? You were just loving it. So we're gonna gift you a bonus session today. Yeah, tell us a little bit about what's going on, and then maybe we can pick something for you.
I keep yawning. I'm still yawning. Sorry. My eyes are all watery. I'm yawning and chills and hot. And this is amazing. I actually just worked on my wrinkles when she was doing hers. I worked on, not
Oh my
wanting
goodness.
people to see me in public. Oh, it's going to make me cry because the skin challenges I've had for so long have really done a damage on my skin, and because of being so dry. And so I feel like I look 10 years, maybe 20 years older than I am, or I should. I used to look young. And so, sorry, I didn't know I was going to cry. And I literally, you told me to print out the technique and put it on my desk. I'm
I
looking
did.
at it. I just printed it out. I found a printout how to do it. I'm a quick learner.
I love it. Well, you're gonna get something here real special because is there anything else you want to work on?
Oh, boy, I have to think about that. I know there is. I know it. I know it.
We
I know it.
released everything in one call.
I
Lance, any suggestions for Lisa? She's a quick study. I know she's a lot of fun. We can get her to a -2 for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, is there anything that you have that maybe is frustrating you or worrying you today? We could work on something like in
Oh,
general.
yeah. The sometimes my husband will make comments and he thinks he's funny and it triggers me. And I'm like, why'd you say that? Because I don't say mean things to people. And
Right.
so it just sets me off. And I literally have been trying to, let go of whatever that is, that trigger. But yeah, what it would be like frustration, judgment, like, stop judging me. You're not funny,
Yeah.
whatever that would be.
Well, I will tell you something. We'll work on that, but I will tell you once you let go and and let go of that and he can't trigger you anymore, he will stop.
I know.
He'll completely stop. And we do that and in exercise in our retreats that we actually work with people on that. But if you let it go and you send love to him, and when he does it, well let's work on that right now. But it will stop in dead tracks. I mean, and once you let go of that and he can't trigger you anymore, he gets a irk out of you because he knows it's going to trigger you. If he doesn't see it bothers you anymore, he'll stop.
Okay. It's true.
And then when we're on the call next time, you go, I remember Lance said that and it stopped in a week or less, in
Okay.
a couple of days. So let's work on it right now. So then you can use that tonight or this week when he does something where he might irk you or trigger you. Okay.
Okay.
So get in touch with that frustration when he triggers you. Okay. And first, where are you then on a scale 1 to 10, one being the least and 10 being the worst? Where are you on that scale, you'd
A
say?
10. A 10.
Okay. Okay. So he knows that he can trigger you. So that's why he does it. So let's get rid of it all. So get in touch with that and just think of an instance, maybe the last time or some of the ones that he really had said something that really triggered you. Okay. And get in touch with that feeling that really put you at a set of a 10, level of a 10. Okay. So what I like to do is say yes to that frustration
Yes.
and say yes to it even more
Yes.
and even some more
Yes.
and say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And that's a form of release, the side there. So say yes to it even more.
Yes.
That's fine. And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
Let it totally dissolve. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help. Maybe it helps him, but it doesn't help you in
Yes.
getting frustrated. So let's completely dissolve.
Yes.
Let it dissolve even more and say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Ooh. Yes.
Okay. And let it completely dissolve. The worry doesn't help you, and frustrating you doesn't help you
Yes.
anyway. So let go of it even more. Say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And yes, even more.
Yes.
Okay. So where are you now on the frustration on the scale 1 to 10?
I'm a 4, and I yawned the whole time, and I almost threw up twice.
Okay. Well, look, that's fine. When you're yawning, we have people
Releasing.
that laugh. We have people that laugh. We have people that sigh. Everyone deals with releasing that negativity and letting that energy go. Everyone goes through it a different way, and they release it through different parts of their body. So, that's completely normal, So people cry, people, get sad. There's a lot of different ways that people deal with their feelings. Yawning we see that happen a lot, So let's get in touch with that feeling once more, that frustration. Okay. And see if we can knock it out. You're at a 4. Let's see if we can get it down to a 0. Okay. We have a good track record, Darius. So I got to keep my track record down to at least 0 or -2. Okay. So get in touch with the feeling once more, that frustration. Think of something that he really, really gets you irked and says something as a jab. Okay. And say yes to that frustration. Accept it.
Yes.
And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And say yes to it even more. It doesn't help you. You're giving him your power.
Yes.
So say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And let it completely dissolve. So he'll
Yes.
stop. He doesn't need to irk you anymore. Take jabs at you. So it doesn't help you. So let it completely love it. Send its love to all that. Say, I love you, and I want that feeling to go away, that frustration.
To go away, that frustration now.
Okay? And say yes to it even more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
And let it completely dissolve, because that frustration doesn't help you. That's exactly what he wants to get out of you. So don't give it to him, and he'll stop. So you willing to let that go?
Yes.
And say yes to even more.
Yes.
And even some more.
Yes.
Okay. So where are you now on the frustration? Sounds like you're down to a 0, or at least.
Yeah, I am. And I knew as soon as the yawning stopped and it went to full blown chills, I was like, oh, thank you, sweet baby Jesus.
That's how I knew. That's when I stopped, because when you stopped yawning, then I said, okay, now I think she's down. I could feel that she's down to a 0.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I feel so much joy. I can't even tell you. It's like it's like miraculous. How did I forget about this? And people are like, "What are you thinking if you don't use this?" I mean, somehow I'm able to. I mean, I have a printout, but I'm telling everybody needs to get this package. Everybody needs to get it. Like, you can't not afford to do it. It's life changing.
No. And the great thing about what we do is, and we'll talk about it a little later, is, we offer in the package, support. So you could talk to someone from 9 o'clock to 5:30. We'll talk about that, and we have a Wednesday call that we do every Wednesday. It's free. We do so much support. It's really a community. So that's the thing. The one thing I really want to say, Lisa, is practice this when he does that again. And I guarantee you, we call it the Gandhi exercise, or we call it the act flap exercise in our courses when we do it. And we have people stand in front of the group, and what they do is they have someone else act as their loved one or boss or husband, and take jabs at them and they just say, I love you, and send them love. So when he does that, your husband, don't tell him what you're doing. You don't have to say it out loud. Send him love. Say, I love you. Don't say it out loud, but say it to yourself. I love you. I love you. And that will stop him in his tracks. And that's what that exercise does. And he'll stop. He'll stop.
Thank you. What a blessing. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because it's not going to bother me, and I will just send him love. And that's like,
wow.
I know there's so many people on this call, and they have some serious, whether emotional, financial, physical issues, and my heart just goes out to you. I send you all so much love and pray for your healing. And so I know my issue seems very small compared to other people's, but boy, it's a doozy. No, it's not. Delete, cancel, delete, delete.
It will help. It will help in your relationship with him too, because I know you don't like it. So what, you don't have to say anything. Just send him love. Send him love and release, and use that technique.
Yeah.
And get the course, because that will help you even more getting rid of it. And I guarantee you he'll stop.
Amazing. All right, Lisa, thank you. And we appreciate you so much here. She's amazing. And I want her to use it for whatever comes up, because, there's things that she may, or others may realize are coming up in their life from today onward. And yeah, one of the things that you're doing, which is pretty awesome, Lance, you guys have done this for years, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, you have live support. It's not just like, hey, I get a session and then they're done. This is like for a whole year. Lance wants to see you transform. So I want to talk about that, but I'm going to ask everyone, did anyone else here experience a release? I want to know, as this is, we've been doing these releases on, about 4 people, a lot of people feeling stuff literally on the call. So it's pretty awesome. So few people came in up. Yep. I was at a 9. Now I'm down to a 0. I can't even remember what I was worried about. Amazing. So yeah, we've been seeing a lot of stuff going on just on the call. So Lance, pretty awesome stuff, but man, I can't imagine what's going to happen when people actually go deeper into some of what you're doing. And we're going to talk about that. One of the things is radiate and release, unlock emotional freedom, abundance, and total life transformation with the release technique. Want to give us kind of the general overview, and then I'm going to share a little bit about what you're doing, but tell me a little bit about some of the deeper work that you have for people who may want to really embody this in their life and start to live like Lester, Larry, and some of the other people that have had huge shifts.
Yeah. I think the most important thing, like I said, we started the call. We don't talk at you. Okay. We don't say, if you're stressed out, breathe, relax. We don't do that. We show you hand in hand on how to release, and that's what this technique does. And we talked about earlier in this call that I've called people from 10 years that have taken the course, and they take the call immediately and say, I release every day. I release on this morning. It's a course that you could use your whole life and change your life every day, the rest of your life. That's what the most important thing that you can get out of the course. The other thing is we have also the Wednesday World Call. We have that where every Wednesday, even if it falls on a holiday, we have anyone that becomes a graduate, if they buy any of these courses, they get a free Wednesday call. You could join us. We just moved to Zoom. We were on a teleconference. Now we just moved to Zoom. So it's just a great opportunity to join that and join our community. The one thing that we really do with our teachers is we really work on transform your life. We don't just go through and give you a course and go, here, just take the course and see what you can do with it. We're here every step of the way. And I don't think there's any other course that I can find, and I have been looking for 28 years. I have not seen anything that goes through the process that we give you that type of support with our 5 teachers that are as dedicated as Larry was. And we're just completely dedicated to get you to the point of all your goals, any relationship issues that you have, financial issues, money issues, anything that has abundance in it, or health issues, and we work hand in hand with you. So that's the main thing that we do over any other course out there, is we work on transforming your life, not just talking at you and going to a course. There's a lot of big courses, I won't mention their names, that are big rah-rah-rahs, and they get you all pumped up, and then everyone feels great, and then they leave. And then a week later, they're back to their own stuff. We're there where we have accountability, and we help you every step of the way, and we're there backing you up. And that's what we've been doing for the last 28 years. A pretty amazing technique for very little money, and you can jump on any of those options. I know Darius is going to go over what those 2 options are. We have one that is just a basic foundation. Then we have another one that comes with a health and fitness mastery course that help you on health issues. And then we'll have another call that dedicated to the participants on this call. They'll be able to jump on a call just for you guys to answer questions. So Darius will talk a little more about that. But it's just something that is completely different, and I haven't seen any other course that offers that free support and support line and free Wednesday calls. It's a $3,000 value for most people that would pay for something like that in a coaching or a free coaching thing. It really is quite amazing. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and so you have nothing to lose. And I really recommend it. Will completely change your life. That just out of the 4 or 5 people we work with, we got all of them down to a 0. It encompasses a lot more detail than that. That's just an example, just to show you that everyone has the ability to release and let go of negativity. But this course goes even deeper, and it goes into wanting approval, wanting control, wanting to be safe, and a lot of other deep things, and goes through many, many exercises that help you hand in hand to get to that point in your life, to get rid of all your limitations and make you limitless. It really
Yeah,
does.
this is so cool. It's an exclusive from UWealth, and it's called Release and Radiate, with some new twists and amazing possibilities. And Lance, we're going to talk about some of the things here, but what's really interesting is what we did here today was like the first level. People are like, okay, I don't have that worry, I don't have that feeling. And that's a great thing. That is freedom. But here's what's really interesting about this. Once this starts compounding, and it's like, okay, I have another day without worry. Now I can create something without worry. Now the next day I do something else. I do something else. And as this compounds, it's not just, okay, I don't have the worry, or I don't have the feeling, I don't have the heaviness. You start seeing people create some amazing things. And I got to say, like, I went through some of these testimonials, and I was like, hey, we got to put disclaimers all over this stuff, because everyone is different. One person's results may not be yours, but these are pretty amazing. And what you're seeing is how life can unfold when you're not being bogged down by all these old feelings, energies, and things that you can't release. This person, Kathy, has been receiving more money. Another person went from near bankruptcy to a $1.7 million sale. Do you remember this story? I mean, this is like, if you can hold this vibration, right, which you can, because they're going to help you Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Pacific. We're going to talk about that. You hold this space of not being attached to everything that's so limiting, and then you start really seeing some cool things happen. So what happened with Georgine here in New York?
Yeah, Georgina actually was one of our support people that used to take support lines. So she was
Oh, wow. No, I'd love to hear
cheaper.
from them. I mean,
Yeah,
bankruptcy to 1.7 million. Why not?
and
I want that
and
support.
yeah. And once she got to that level, then she actually started to believe so much in releasing that she wanted to help everyone else. And she was on our support lines for years, helping other
Wow.
people do it. So I remember that story very vividly. Very, very nice woman. And it was just an amazing story. Just one of other ones that people have gone to $7 million we've had, pretty amazing
But
abundant
it's
stories.
not a financial course. It's not like, here's how you do this with it's the fact that when you let go of all these things that are not you, the real you can come forward, and whatever, God's source, your destiny is, you start to receive that destiny. So we don't know what's in it for anybody, right? In the sense that it's going to be a higher path for you, and that's what's exciting. In less than 2 months, she looks 10 years younger. This is what Peggy said. There's some videos here. I invite y'all to watch and hear these stories. This is Larry S. We shared this one. Another person had just some amazing story of abundance. What happened with Mario? This was, I guess this guy was waiting on some pension money and legal matters, and ended up getting a lot more than he expected, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he released on it. That was one that he was working with Larry at the time, and he worked on releasing all his negativity and able to get that type of financial abundance, right on the
All right.
spot there.
We're gonna dive into what y'all are gonna get. There's two options. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Lance30. And I want to scroll down and kind of read about it. This is one of the most I guess, documented research. There's so many stories. Bakery owner loses 60 pounds. Incredible stuff. But in the program, when you get all the way down, there's two options. Very affordable. Package A, let's go through this. Abundance is a big one. This is a big focus in today's world. Tell me about this first piece, the Abundance Home Study Masterclass. This is the stuff that Lester was doing and ended up becoming very, very successful, but also free and healthy. What's in this Abundance Home Study Masterclass, Lance? And let's kind of walk through it.
Yeah, sure. I recorded this originally with Larry in Los Angeles, and this is the third edition, so this is a brand new edition. It's available through streaming because we used to sell it on CDs and cassette tapes, believe it or not. Now this is a third edition that I just remastered and updated everything on there, and now it's a streaming course. So as soon as you log in, you get it immediately. You can start it right today, which is great. You don't have to wait for it. And it comes with a 123-page workbook. It comes with 21 audios, and it comes with many different bonus worksheets and also exercises and videos in regards to that. So it's the foundation, and that is the course, what we call the abundance course. We kind of changed it to the release technique course, but it says featuring the abundance course. People are getting confused. What's the abundance course and the release technique? It's the same. And this was the foundation and our flagship product that 160,000 people have taken. So it's been proven. And it really doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't.
You said that our tension, is connected to our financial struggle. Here's a person, Zahia, who had a health condition release and then gained income. And it wasn't just a one time, it was the third month of having 10,000 plus income. Do you remember this story?
This is something that Larry had worked with. I remember the story. Yeah, I mean, we had more recent stories, and our last call we talked, I won't go into great detail, but I had a podcast and we had one of our top graduates. She bought the course for a different reason, and she took it in for relationship because she wanted a better relationship with her son. Then she used it to improve her relationship. And then what happened was on Thanksgiving, I think it was 2022 or 2023, she passed out and was rushed to the ER. And what happened was they found out that she had a brain tumor the size of a golf ball in her brain. And she went through and uncovered surgery 3 times. They told her that she would not be able to see probably and would not be able to drive again. She might not have speech, and it might take 10 years to 9 years to recover. And she used the release technique and came over a week. And she still releases. And when she was in the hospital, she was on those world calls, those Wednesday calls that we talked about. They're free every Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
And she was in the hospital, and the nurses are saying, "What are you on this call?" And she says, "This is what helps me." The doctors just couldn't explain her recovery and how quick she was. And she used the release technique to overcome that. And that was an example of that. She bought it for a whole different reason, for relationship. And she became in a situation where she was almost going to die from brain tumor, and she used it in that to recover. And she's in our current course right now. Amazing woman, and she just has amazing stories, and she owes it all to her recovery, to releasing. Really amazing.
Yeah, you buy it once and you're going to use it for the rest of your life. And as you get to certain levels, you're going to release and keep going. So you're going to get the financial abundance course. And again, look, these stories, $250,000 business opportunity. It's like 211 manifested with ease. You've got probably more testimonials that kind of blow minds than anyone else I've ever seen. And probably also one of the least expensive programs that we have. So I got to say, you're going to get this for just $97 at uwealthrevolution.com/Lance30. At least that's package A. And then everybody in package A gets a year live support. So not just like, one day, it's Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Pacific. And then you're going to include here 10 streaming coaching tip audios. These are 4 hours of technique so you can master this and do it flawlessly. So here's some of the topic areas. Anything you want to share on this, Lance? You've got some of the different things. I know that willpower is not a big thing. It's not necessarily the thing people think it is, but you're going to cover all of these areas: health, anger management, how to have unlimited wealth and success. Anything you want to say about these?
I mean, it just gives you a lot of information and a lot of details and a lot of bonus material on it that we accumulated over the years that we know help people. It's effective. It's been proven in its effectiveness through, like we said, graduates that have taken it, and also people, from Harvard, SUNY University, UCLA. There's so many universities that had done studies to prove that the effectiveness of this this course has really been outstanding and been proven for so many years. The second, you want to talk about the second level then?
We do, and I
Option
want
B.
to share a couple things too, because we got some people already experiencing some good things, so we want to build on that. But if you want
Okay.
to grab package A, it's or option one, it's not just $97, and there's even a bonus called Happiness. What is it? The movie. So if you've been like kind of chasing that elusive happiness, this is gonna. I've watched this. This is pretty awesome. This shows you like one of the biggest mistakes people make, right, is always chasing something that they never receive. So this will get you out of that trap, out of that, hamster wheel, so to speak. But package B is a little special because here you're going to be doing something live with folks, group mentoring. I mean, that's a big one. Tell me about this, Lance.
Yeah, with option B, it's going to give you the abundance course, but it is also going to give you another course that is valued at $335 that we
Oh
sell on
yeah.
our website currently, which is the health mastery course. And a lot of people have health issues and so on. We're going to include that in there and absolutely free. And then the other thing that you're going to get to is we're going to have a one-on-one session with just Darius's people here on a
Oh
Zoom
wow.
call with our teacher. And it's going to be very, very specialized in getting people through getting to the core of their goals, their abundance, and really work one-on-one with you guys. And that is going to be a coaching, mentoring course that would be included in here too, that we'll
Oh
have in
my
December.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get access to the weekly Wednesday night releasing call. So I'll scroll down here. I mean, these stories are amazing. This is a freaking miracle. I
Yeah.
mean, so this person, Eileen, she got emotional freedom around food, which sounds like that maybe was what she was working on. I don't know. But then she got a bonus at work, right? It's just like, you got to understand, like, so much of this is connected. And it's like, think of it this way. Um, Lester figured it out. Lance, you figured it out. Larry figured it out. So many others figured it out. At some level, when you let go of all the interference patterns, you become a unlimited being. And this is kind of my Cliff Notes version of how these beings are becoming unlimited is they're letting go of everything that no longer, that never was what they are. Like they get to that core essence, and this has been proven to do that. And it's amazing. And I think that's where the miracles and just wild stuff happens that you can't just put on one track. It's like you can see everything get better. So pretty awesome stuff, man. We're going to talk more about it. I want to share a couple things happening on the call. People already started releasing. Thank you so much for picking me. I really needed the help. Okay, that was Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. But listen to this one. This is from this is crazy. This is from Heather. Thank you, Darius and Lance. I am feeling a release of stress just during the group releasing. Warmth and tingling in my legs. I feel so hopeful. I feel so peaceful. Holly, thank you so much. The main issue I had shifted so much during the call that I now see movement, and movement can keep going to gone. So Holly, I wonder what was going on with you, but people are releasing left and right here, and they don't even have the program. So this is pretty awesome. Just amazing stuff. So Lance, I want to talk about these Wednesday calls. What are y'all doing every Wednesday? These have been going on for a very long time, right? What happens on these Wednesday calls?
These calls have been going on, and we never missed a Wednesday ever. It's
Here they are.
even if it falls on a holiday. Last year it fell on Christmas Eve and also New Year's. We still have the call, and we have a 2-hour call every Wednesday that is a world call. So anyone that's a graduate who signs up for the course can become
Wow.
a graduate, and they could join us absolutely free. And it's a world call from people around the world that work with the teachers hand in hand on these calls, and no one else offers something like that free of charge. Part of being a graduate, being part of our community, because we're so in tune to helping and transform your life. This is something that we offer people absolutely free. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, y'all stay to the end. We're going to talk about kind of one of the biggest secrets that Lance has discovered in all of his connection with Lester, with Larry, and all the thousands and thousands of students and wild stories. We're going to find out like what he believes is the number one secret to transformation. And if you're here at UWealth Revolution, I mean, that's what you're seeking. So it's going to be pretty valuable to find this out. So Lance, be thinking about that, man. I know you know
Got it.
right off the tip of your tongue.
Sure.
Package B gets you everything on the page. It's option 2. It's just $198. But I got to say, you're going to get the Home Study Abundance Release course. You're going to get 1 year support. Let me scroll up here. You're going to get 1 year of support. That is enormous. 5 days a week. You're also going to get 10 streaming coaching and tip videos, and you're going to get everything in A. You're going to get the Abundance Home Study course. You're going to get all of this. Plus, you're also going to get access to the Happiness What Is It program and a lot more. So, I mean, Lance, this is amazing. And then if abundance is an issue, you got that covered in A. But if health and fitness is something you're dealing with, you're also going to include that in B. And Lance, these two things kind of come together, I find, with a lot of folks. It's not just, I got abundance issues, but my health is great. You know, it's like usually they both tend to weigh us down. Or sometimes what's really nefarious, and you know this, your abundance is a challenge, but that stress then breaks down your health, or your health is a challenge because you've been pushing the money, and then now your health drops, and then now you can't really go out and perform. So really, if you're gonna plug into this, it's really both. You gotta support both, don't you?
You do, and
I
like
think, yeah,
you had seen in some of the testimonials, which was interesting, and that we
yeah,
saw with some of the customers here, some of your participants, they if they fix one aspect of their life, it fixes the other aspect that they maybe didn't even think they had a problem. Like that one person had dealt with relationships, she cured herself with health. Lester, perfect example, he had a health issue, but then when he fixed that, then he fixed his
you did.
finance and everything came into place. So once you fix one of those aspects, both are fixed and your whole life transforms. That's the most important thing of the course. The beauty is if you go in and you fix your health, okay, or you fix your pocketbook. Usually people have a problem in their pocketbook. They usually have a health issue too. So if you
Yep.
fix one thing, it'll fix the other. And that's what our graduates always feel is that it changed and transformed their whole life because it in one aspect of their life, it fixed it. And then everything else just fell into place. And that's what Lester found across the board in becoming abundant across his whole life.
Yeah, I mean, the stories are legendary, and we've got so many here. It's just incredible, right? I mean, all sorts of things, they just fly throughout the page. I want to ask you, what is the biggest secret that you would say regarding transformation? What do you think that is? What is the thing that, if there was one final thing that you could tell the world, right? This is going to be your
Yeah.
last interview. I know it won't be, but if it was, what would you tell everyone here today? What would you tell the world beyond the megaphone of you wealth?
I would say, like the beginning of the course, beginning of the seminar that we talked about, was Lester let go of all his unwanted, unloving feelings. Once you get that out and all of your negativity and all your unloving feelings and have completely love for yourself and everything, then that everything falls into place and you can get abundance and get perfect health and have perfect relationships in your life. And life is easy. And that's basically what I would say to anyone is they get rid of all your unloving feelings, which all of our graduates and teachers have done. And Lester was a great example of that because everything fell in perfect for his life.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you get rid of all those feelings and you just get into love, then everything unfolds. And it's here. Release and radiate, unlock emotional freedom, abundance, total life transformation with the release technique. Also, want to let y'all know when you check out, you're going to be going to the Release Technique site. So let me just show you. You're going to actually go to their page. So the reason we did this, you're going to see this actually here. So you're just going to be clicking twice and choosing your option. The reason we did this is because we want to make sure there's no gap whatsoever. You get instant access to everything. Lance can connect with you. Everybody can seamlessly know who you are, be connected, and everything comes through. And Lance, you want to talk about that? Because I know we're already getting some questions with people going, hey, I clicked this and now it looks like I'm on their page. That's actually by design because we don't want anything to stop you and you can instantly hit the ground running. So it's really pretty cool. There's no lag. If you order like at, 3 o'clock, in the morning on Sunday night or something like that, and you're like, I really am going through a rough time. I need this. You don't need to wait for my team to send information over to Lance. You're immediately in the ecosystem, which means you're ready to go. Lance, anything you want to share about that?
Yeah, it's all in automation. Today, everything is
Yeah.
automated. So once you click on that option, it will send you the access to the course. You'll log into that portal and it will stream it. You can stream it from your computer,
Oh,
from
man.
your smartphone, and immediately you get it. Years ago, we used to have to send the tapes or CDs and people have to wait a week. So this is all automated. It puts you directly into our system. You'll also, which I encourage everyone to do option B, because that's going to give you so much more and work with your health and give you the mentoring class that we're going to have for your participants here. And that is an amazing thing. It all comes with a 30-day money back guarantee. But the nice thing about this is it's all integrated. So once you're in our system, which is the easiest way to automate this, you'll get access to it immediately. And that's why we set it up this way. And you also then will get a call, an email telling you when that call is going to be if you go to option B, and it'll give you all the information immediately once you check out. So I encourage everyone to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to go to their page just to let you know, and everything is there. So, what program do you recommend? I mean, it sounds like B is like the full suite. Who would package A before? And if someone just says, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I can't do the money stuff. I can't do the body breakdown stuff. I can't beat myself up over things. Like, would that be A or B? I mean, what would you recommend? What do you see the most results with?
I would say option B. I mean, it's very inexpensive. I mean, if you think about it, just the abundance course alone is $197. If you go to our website, that's what it costs. We have a special discount for Darius for
Man, you
97.
guys, for 97.
Yeah, for
Holy
$97
cow.
for basically for if you go out to LA to eat out, that's about a meal. Okay,
Yeah.
you're going to get the free support. If you think about it, for that little money, I mean, what it would cost you to go see a therapist? Anything from to $200 to $100 and something for a 1 hour therapy. That's not going to help you. This is going to give you support for a whole year. I mean, pretty amazing opportunity to do it for such a little amount of money, and comes with a 30-day money back guarantee. I would say option 2 for $198. It's very little money. Just alone at the value of the abundance course, $197. You're getting $198. You're getting the health and fitness classes, which is another $335 value that we sold it for on our website. And you're going to get that absolutely free to help knock out any health issues that you have. It's an amazing course. And then it's going to give you also the free option for the mentoring session that we have set up just for your team here and your participants that we're going to have in December. And that is going to be an amazing course that we're going to work with everyone to get to their goals and work hand in hand with the teachers. So it's going to be and I'll be on that call too, working with the teachers, but it'll be an amazing call. So very little money and a great investment. I would encourage everyone to go for the $198. I mean, what other course can you get for that little money and get all that support? There's nothing that I can see out there that can help people with that little money and that investment. And like I said, it comes with a 30-day money back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and
Great
I want to
opportunity.
say, yeah, it's amazing. But for disclosure, I mean, regarding health conditions, we don't know exactly what's going to happen with everybody, but you may get better. You may have, to do other work or, continue your medical care. But the main thing is you want your body in a place where its natural soul healing, its natural alignment can unfold at its highest level. And that's not going to be a place where you're holding negative energy and resentment and worry and guilt and fear. That is what stops the natural process. So you want to magnify that. And that's, I know what you mean, is that you're going to unleash your body's natural ability to do what it can do and see where you go. And that's all we can do as beings. I love that. And yeah, if you actually just get the time with Lance's team 5 days a week for a year, I can't even put a price tag on that. So you're not alone. You're going to get support. I love it, man. This is amazing. So everyone check it out. And we're really excited to offer this, and especially with the live call coming up and the holidays. Anything you want to say quickly? I know we're getting over time here, but for the holidays and what people go through with stress and family, and also the new year where they want to have a new future. And this is also very fitting, so don't waste time.
Yeah.
You can start releasing now and open that door now, so January doesn't have to be, around the 15th going, oh man, my year's exactly the same like it was last year and the last year, but now I'm sicker, older, and not having even as much money as I did. You can get started now and open a new doorway for yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the most important thing is it's a perfect time because
Yeah.
right now, the holidays, you have to meet up with your family. Everyone is like, oh my God, now I have to see my aunt or my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law or father-in-law. I don't want, and it really stirs up a lot of people. And when in our support line that we have, Darius, the biggest time is that season, which is supposed to be the fun season where everyone's having such a great
That's
time and
amazing.
seeing loved ones and being loving. we have more calls during that season where people are depressed. And that is the highest time that we have it. And then the great thing, like you mentioned, is at the year end. Okay, the year end, we go through courses that we have also that clean up the year. This is going to give you an opportunity to clean up the whole year for all the opportunities and set your goals. That's the main thing. It works on goals too. So you're going to be able to work on goal setting and get set up ready for 2026 because it's going to happen so quickly. This is going to give you a jump start to get rid of all your unwanted feelings, all your negativities that happened in 2025, which is not a great year so far, but it's been a very shaky year. And a lot of people have a lot of feelings about what happened politically and everything that's happening in the news and so on. It's going to be able to clean all that up and start a brand new year to have a brand new light into life and basically seeing a whole new view of life in 2026. So it is the perfect time to buy it. And I agree, Darius, right now, and get rid of all of that baggage that you've had tied up for years, and especially for this year, and clean a brand new 2026. So it's a perfect opportunity to jump on that. Sure.
I love it, man. Well, thank you, Lance, for doing this and carrying on this amazing work. And it's just amazing stuff. So check it out, guys. We got to hear. And like I said, this is deeply discounted. You get stuff exclusive for our show. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Lance30. And Lance, thank you for being here, man. Can anyone live a better, more abundant, more vital life? I know Lester believed that. I know Larry did. Do you?
I do. And I've seen people from the age of 5 to their 90s. Okay. Take courses. We've had people from every walks of life, people that, English is their second language. Their English is not great. They've
Yeah.
released. I've seen everyone
Wow.
from every aspect of life work on it. So anyone has the innate ability to release. Everyone does. They just forgot about it. So we
They just
remind you,
forgot.
and we work hand in hand, and the teachers are great. And I have to hand it to them. They're the ones who do the hard work and working with you, and I work too. But the releasing teachers are amazing what they do, and they're like dedicated. Donna, who's on the call now, she's
Hey, Donna. She's the one that listened to the
the
show years
background.
ago.
She's got the
Hey,
Lester
Donna.
face there. Donna
Oh,
is amazing. She does an amazing job, and she discovered the course from
from the
your
show.
call years ago, and she does an amazing job. She's completely 100% dedicated, and she's picked up
Wow.
where Larry's left off. And without her, the course is just it's just amazing on the dedication that all the teachers have and everyone working hand in hand. And you'll get to meet us on that call. So we
Oh,
recommend sign up for the option B. You won't regret it,
yeah.
and you really see a huge improvement in your life. And I want to thank you, Darius, so much
Yes,
for all the
sir.
dedication and all the working with you and getting the method out and keeping Larry's and Lester's legacy out there. All I'm here is just keeping it going. I don't take the responsibility. The teachers deliver the amazing courses, and all I do is I'm the director. I work with them in getting out what we can do and what the needs they have to get the course out. And they are just simply amazing. So we would love to meet all of you on our courses and on that special call that we have in December that'll be announced. And we want to thank you so much. And Darius, once again, thank you for your dedication and helping so many people over the years.
Absolutely, guys. Everyone, and saying hi to Donna and everyone else who's from the program here. Join the family and create a shift. And while it's available, grab those calls because they're going to go quick. And yeah, Lance, this is amazing. Thank you for doing this for our folks. I know you discount this so everybody can get involved. And maybe some of you will end up being the next Donna and the next person from UWealth that becomes, a person that's freed so many people all over the world. So we thank you and we appreciate you always, Lance. This is amazing stuff. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave Diane and Cheryl on if y'all have any questions, but you're going to go straight to the Release Techniques site and you're going to begin with everything that you're going to need to get started and move forward. So thanks again. Amazing stuff, Lance. Always appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon. And please, you don't need to live in the same struggle, worry, and doubt that you have maybe been living in. You can follow the path of Lester, a man that was like literally sent home to die and turned all of that around and then became very abundant through releasing and letting go and connecting to his true essence. And hey, when you let go of all that stuff, that's what is there. That's what's under the surface, that beautiful, brilliant, divine self. And from that, everything flows. This is a truth we've known through time, and this is a mechanism to get you there. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Lance.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.